Pall Dull, as an athlete and a coach. He was an outstanding swimmer at Palo Verde High School, 4-time state champion in the 100-yard backstroke. Besides doing that, he was a basketball player and a football player. He also, besides doing that, was a coach at some middle school basketball, and also in the summer was a swim team coach. He went to Choya as the head basketball coach, and his team in 1991-92 won the first and only state championship at Choya with players Sean Elliott and Vance Johnson. Pall Dull.
Thank you, Pat. You do an incredible job. I want to thank John Gleason and the executive committee and all their staff for all the hard work that they do throughout the year. I know it's a real difficult job getting all this organized and so forth. Just a marvelous job. Thank you, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for thinking of me to be inducted. It's truly a huge honor for me. I would like to a lot of people to thank, but I won't take too long. For that, in July, when the list of inductees was released, Coach Bruce Larson came up to me and congratulated me, but he also added, let him know it's not because of your golf game. And I have a group of people over here that can attest to that. And I want to thank my friends for coming and supporting me tonight. Now, the reason why I know golf didn't get me up here, but I know what did. And it's all the support I've had throughout my life. Starting off with my parents, who provided the environment, this competitive environment, gave me all the chances in the world to be as good as I could be. And they supported me. Also, you can't leave out all the players, all the boys and girls that I've had the privilege of coaching and teaching for all their hard work trying to refine their skills in whatever sport they were playing. All the days, months, years it takes, all the hard work it takes, the sacrifices that need to be made. I am thankful for them, or else I would not be here. Other people I need to thank is the coaches that I had going through school, beginning with my basketball coaches, Jim Schaefer, who was at Pickett Junior High, Lou Hopkins, freshman coach at Palo Verde, Boyd Meyer, the JV coach at Palo Verde, John Odell, the varsity coach at Palo Verde, my swimming coaches, who Joe Mascari, who literally taught me how to swim. And this was when I was 12 years old, because we came from a small town in the Midwest. There was no pools in that town. And so when I got out here, I didn't know how to swim. And my little sister, 2.5 years younger, she could. So I could not pass my deep end test. She did. So over the next school year, I thought I was determined not to suffer that indignity any longer. And I worked my tail off to try and learn how to swim. And by midsummer, I was swimming in swim meets. So I have a lot to thank Joe Mascari for he's the one that started me out in this great sport. Because again, when I came here, I didn't know they had swim teams. I never heard of one. I've heard of basketball teams, football teams, blah, blah, but I've never heard of a swim team. So yeah, it was really a kind of a culture shock for me. So another thing, some other coaches that I need to say something about is my high school swim coach, Bob Ford. He won 3 state championships right in a row, was very important in my life. Other people that were important in my life were the coaches that coached under me, who kind of fed me the rest of the guys. David Ginn, Mike Jandruski, Gus Briscoe. Those are the ones that helped me do my job better. The other people that I'd like to really thank is Mel Carley, who was my varsity basketball coach when I was an assistant. Under him, my basketball knowledge increased fivefold. So I really appreciate that. And lastly, I want to thank my family for being here, my friends who came to support me tonight, and Bob Davis. Could you raise your hand, please, so everybody knows you? Bob Davis is a Hall of Famer. He was a former swimming coach for the U of A, and I met Bob when I was in the 7th grade. And when I was a freshman at Palo Verde, I'm in the cafeteria eating lunch with my teammates. And Bob Ford, I remember this distinctly, Bob, you came over, my group of friends, and you said, you are going on the swim team. And I said, what swim team? I didn't know that school had a swim team. Anyway, if it wasn't for you coming down there, I would not be up here today. My whole life would have been totally different. I mean, my career path would have been totally different if it wasn't for you getting on me. No, don't be sorry. Just look at this table and see what you created. Okay, lastly, and most importantly, I'd like to thank my wife. Colleen, can you raise your hand, please? I know you don't like being in the spotlight, but you've been my star for 43 plus years. So looking back, I can't comprehend the number of sacrifices you made for me and our family. You're the one that brought the paycheck home when I was trying to get through school. We had 3 kids in diapers. You get them on a bus, you go all the way from Golf Links and Cole, all the way to Choya High School to go to a swim meet to support me. And you also put our kids in the same environment. And I'm so proud of you and all the other sacrifices you made. Think about all the football games, basketball games. By the way, we had 4 boys. All the Little League games. And if you've ever had anybody in winter Little League, you know you're all over town. And at that time, we had 3 boys on different teams going to different places all season. So between all my basketball games, swim meets, our boys' basketball games, all the Little League games, you have sacrificed as much as any person I know. And I love you. So on behalf of myself and my family, we gratefully and humbly accept this great honor. Thank you.